Let's talk about Joe Biden just put a tweet out this week. And where did I save that thing to? Biden just put out a tweet this week. Let me pull him up. Let's pull up the tweet. Joe Biden. Biden just put up a tweet this week discussing home ownership and purchasing homes and stuff like that. So we about to really get into it. We're about to really get into this. Excuse me, I'm trying to control things. Okay. Here we go. So here's Joe Biden's tweet. He says, for homeowners looking for a new place but worried about giving up their lower mortgage rate, I'm proposing a $10,000 tax credit if they sell their starter homes. That means more folks can get into houses that suit their needs, unlocking affordable home for first buyers. I'm going to leave that up here for a minute so y'all can read it. Let me just get it from in front of my face. I want y'all to read that and understand it and vibe with me for a second. So, again, this is Trump saying that he's proposing this, right? Give me a second. Give me a second, y'all. Give me a second. Okay. Hold on. Okay. All right, so let's look at this. So he's saying for homeowners looking for a new place but worried about giving up their lower mortgage rate, I'm proposing a $10,000 tax credit if they sell their starter home. Now, if you really look at this tweet, this comes from an extremely privileged ideology. I'm about to tell you why. This assumes, first of all, it assumes that the starter home that they're in has appreciated enough for them to afford what's currently on the market. That's privilege because that's from people who that's the people who are in areas that have seen extreme growth in the value of their home, right? But the vast majority of people, they do have good equity, but not enough for that. So, and then another thing is, it assumes that I have time to hold off until tax time to get a $10,000 tax credit. I have time and money, like enough money to cover the cost of a new home at this point in time. I'm going to sell my house so that you can make sure new home buyers have somewhere to live, but you're not going to put any type of cap on real estate prices so that I have somewhere to move to when I sell my house. You're just going to give me a credit at tax time. That's not good for people who are going to be out here searching for a home. If you know what's going on in that market right now, you need $10,000 right now. You don't need $10,000 back at tax time, or not even $10,000 back, a $10,000 tax credit. Who is this even aimed at? This don't seem like it's aimed at people that are stuck in their starter homes. For somebody that would care enough about a $10,000 tax credit that they, so I could defer this until later. That's people with a lot of money. Most of them people don't live in what you would consider a starter home. So, y'all let me know what y'all think. I honestly think that Biden should be offering $10,000 grants to people so that they can buy their starter home. You know what I'm saying? Give the money to the people looking to buy a starter home. Don't tell the people who already have homes, if you leave your house, I'll give you a tax credit later on. Like, I don't think that's how you're going to get the market flowing and get people moving in and out of your houses. Plus, back in the day when this whole concept of starter home started, people weren't actually buying homes as starter homes. What people was doing was buying homes and staying in them for the rest of their life. This is back what they say that this concept was created back after World War II or whatever. Back in those days, people bought houses and stayed in them till they died. And sometimes a lot of those houses are still owned by the families now. So this whole starter home idea is just something I've been saying for years. It's just trying to get people into the mindset that they should be like, you should be transitioning out of homes that you own. If I went and bought a house that I liked, what if I just want to stay here forever? Why is it being looked at as it's not a starter home? This is my home. I live here. I liked it. I bought it. put a lot of money up to get this house. This is my house, not a starter house. This is just the crib. So just this whole idea of this starter home thing is just a very funny marketing tactic to get people to like constantly move, making Americans feel like you just have to move on up. Like don't buy a 1,300 square foot house when you're 27 and stay in it for the rest of your life. Don't do that. Now, me personally, I didn't want to do that. However, I know a lot of people that they don't care about having like a huge house. They're comfortable. They're completely fine living in, more compact homes because they just look at it like, this is all the space I need. I just need a couple bedrooms, a bathroom, and I need a living room. And I'm good. I can live the rest of my days here. A lot of people feel like that. So that's not a starter house, my boy Joe Byron. That's not a starter house. That is their home. Okay, so you have to look at it like, let's actually give some money to first-time home buyers, not tax credits, because they did this years ago too. Obama did this whole first-time home buyer credit. I'm saying Obama because that's when I took advantage of it when Obama was in office. I don't know if Bush actually is the one that put it in place, but I'm gonna say Obama did the first-time home buyer credit. It's okay if that's what you have, but if you're trying to do something to actually help, if you're doing something to try to actually help first-time home buyers, the problem right now is that they need down payment money so that they can compete with these investors and they compete with these people who are seasoned buyers who have the money to put down, people who have wealthy parents that can give them a loan or not even a loan, just give them money so that they can put money down. They need money to put money down because even right now, as a first-time home buyer, you're not in the market that a lot of us were when we bought our first house. I'm about to show you an image of what these people are dealing with now. Look at this. Excuse me. Oh, shit. What did I just do? All right, I'm about to show you an image of what's going on. Yeah, hippie Easter. You give that money to the first-time home buyer, man. Let them use that as a down payment for the home that they want to buy. Check this out, y'all. This is very unscientific looking, but this is I got this from a real estate page. This is the current average cost of a house by state. As a first-time home buyer, this market right here is a monster market. You understand what I'm saying? This is no market to be playing around with, acting like, oh, let's just get these people. If you try to go buy your first house right now, you're gonna need $30,000 down payment. If you go conventional and do 10%, if you want to go FHA, do 3% on a house that's $300,000. You still need almost $10,000, and then you got closing costs on top of that. So a lot of people and a lot of us get in these situations where it's a lot easier for us to buy a house when it's not our first house because we're selling the house that we're in currently, and then we use the money that we made on the current house as down payment for the next house, right? But if you're a first-time home buyer, you don't have this large lump sum of money that you can just roll into the purchase of the next house. So they are the ones who actually need that $10,000, and they don't need a $10,000 tax credit. They need $10,000 grants. You understand? So you give them that money because now look, this is Georgia has always been known as, this is one of these states you can get homes for cheap and live great. But now the average home price is $401,000. It's almost $70,000 more than Texas. Remember, Texas and Georgia was looked at as the two places you wanted to move to so that you can live good pretty much for cheap. You can get big houses for cheap. And now Georgia is $70,000 more expensive than Texas. That's kind of crazy. Average home price in Virginia, $500,000. Look at these prices. What first-time home buyer is who are they trying to attract? You need to give them some money, man. The fact that, let me see, look, Florida, $505,000. The states in blue are the ones that are on the lower range, and even that's, Alabama. You guys spend $230,000 in Alabama. All of the states on the East Coast are red or dark red. Like New York is 650 K. Like that's except Pennsylvania. I'm surprised Pennsylvania is still that low. 268. That's pretty good. West Virginia, 284. But who wants to live in West Virginia? Apologies for anybody watching that lives in West Virginia, but West Virginia, y'all heard of sundown towns. West Virginia is a sundown state, whole state. You listen, if you got to stop in West Virginia as a black person for gas or I had to stop in West Virginia for gas one time at night. I was sick. West Virginia is a sundown state. They look like they still eat people out there. I ain't lying. I'm not lying. And no disrespect. No disrespect.